This girl is standing outside her father's house, waiting impatiently. Suddenly, she sees her father coming and says happily, "Dad!" Hearing her voice, the father deliberately ignores her and starts to walk away. Seeing him leaving, the girl runs after him and grabs his arm. The father jerks his arm away angrily and says, "What are you doing here?" The girl says seriously, "Dad, look, I got into college. This is my admission letter." The father raises his voice and says, "Why are you showing me this? What does it have to do with me?" Meanwhile, the girl's stepmother arrives and stops to listen to their conversation. Nervously, the girl says, "Dad, I don't have money for the tuition, so I came to ask you for help." Hearing this, the father says seriously, "If you don't have money, go to your mother. That's what we agreed on at the time of the divorce, that you would live with her. Why did you come to me? And if your stepmother sees you, I'll be in trouble." Then he takes money out of his wallet, gives it to his daughter and says, "Here, take this and leave." The girl takes the money and starts to leave as her father told her. But just then, his wife comes and politely asks, "Who is this girl?" The man, feeling uneasy, says, "I don't know her." The wife calmly says, "If you don't know her, then where did the money in her hand come from?" The man, conflicted, says, "My money fell," and then he snatches the money from the girl's hand and continues, "She picked it up." The wife confidently says, "If those were your dropped money, then drop them again. I want to see how she picks them up." The father, irritated, says to his daughter, "I don't know why you came today. I told you to leave quickly or there would be trouble." The wife, annoyed, says to her husband, "Now tell me the truth." Hearing this, the man quietly says, "She is my ex-wife's daughter." The wife is shocked and says, "You have such a grown daughter from your previous marriage? Why did you hide this from me?" The man nervously replies, "Don't worry, she lives with her mother. She just came today for some reason." Then he angrily says to his daughter, "Because of you, we ended up arguing. I'm leaving now." Saying this, he walks away. The girl tries to follow him, but suddenly her stepmother grabs her arm and gently says, "Wait a moment, listen to me. You came to see your father today. Did you need something from him?" The girl says worriedly, "Aunt, I got into college, but I don't have money for tuition. I came to ask my dad for help so I could pay my fees." The stepmother says kindly, "You don't live with your mother? Doesn't she pay your fees?" The girl says sadly, "Ever since my mother remarried, she doesn't care about me anymore. This time I asked my stepfather for money, but he didn't like it. Not only did he refuse to give me money, but he also beat me and kicked me out of the house. That's why I'm really worried." Hearing this, the stepmother sighs deeply and says with compassion, "When other children go to college, their parents celebrate, but your parents don't seem to care about you. That's really sad. But tell me, who did you come with?" The girl replies softly, "I came alone. I traveled for 3 days by train to get here." The stepmother says sympathetically, "Oh, if no one cares about you, and now that I know the truth, I will take care of this matter myself. How much is your tuition? I will pay your fees." The girl respectfully says, "Aunt, I'll go back and figure something out. I should leave now." As she starts to go, the stepmother holds her arm again and gently says, "Stop. At your age, education is very important. If you don't study, how will you manage your life in the future? Education is essential to build your future." The girl says sadly, "Aunt, I also want to study, but I don't have the money." The stepmother thoughtfully says, "Don't worry. Tell me, how much is your fee?" The girl replies, "My tuition is $5,000. I have no other option." Hearing this, the stepmother softly says, "$5,000? Then she takes money out of her purse and continues, "Here, take this. $5,000. Keep it." The girl, feeling overwhelmed, says, "No, Aunt, I can't take your money." Smiling, the stepmother gives her the money and says, "My dear, take it. I married your father, so you are my daughter too. And from now on, I will send you $3,000 every month for your expenses." The girl, with tears in her eyes, says emotionally, "Thank you, Mom. I will study hard. Because of you, I'll be able to get an education, and I'll repay your kindness." The stepmother happily says, "My child, your hard work is the greatest reward for me. Let's go home." Then she wakes away. How did you like my video? Please share valuable opinion in the comments. Thank you.